What would you buy if you had $1 billion? A mansion, a supercar, maybe even a private jet? For most people, even one of those would be a once-in-a-lifetime purchase. But when you're a billionaire, your idea of expensive starts looking completely different. Some billionaires have bought homes that are basically skyscrapers. Others have purchased enormous yachts, private islands, and even pieces of history. And the craziest part? Some of these purchases cost more than most people will earn in their entire lifetime. So today, we're counting down 5 of the most insane things billionaires have actually bought. And we're starting with something that might not look expensive at all, until you find out what it cost. Let's start with Bill Gates, and his purchase isn't a yacht, it isn't a mansion, it isn't a supercar, it's a book. Well, calling it a book doesn't really do it justice. In 1994, Bill Gates became the anonymous buyer of an extraordinary manuscript created by Leonardo da Vinci. The manuscript is known as the Codex Leicester, and Gates paid $30.8 million for it. That's right, more than $30 million for a handwritten scientific manuscript. The Codex contains Leonardo's writings and drawings exploring subjects like water, the movement of the earth, fossils, light, and astronomy. And remember, Leonardo wrote this hundreds of years before modern technology existed. There were no computers, no internet, no modern scientific instruments, just Leonardo's observations, drawings, and ideas. Gates wasn't simply buying something expensive. He was buying a piece of history, and he actually planned to share it. After purchasing the manuscript, Gates arranged for it to be displayed and digitally reproduced so that more people could see Leonardo's work. But let's put the price into perspective. Imagine taking $30.8 million in cash and spending it on cars. You could build an enormous collection. Or you could buy multiple luxury homes. Instead, Gates chose a 16th century manuscript. And that's what makes billionaire spending so strange. When you've already got almost everything money can buy, you start buying things that money normally can't buy at all. History, rarity, and something nobody else can simply order online. And Gates wasn't even close to being the only billionaire making purchases like this, because our next billionaire decided to buy something much, much bigger. Imagine waking up one morning and deciding, I want an island. For most people, that's a fantasy. For Larry Ellison, it became a purchase. In 2012, the Oracle co-founder acquired approximately 98% of the Hawaiian island of Lanai. Yes, an entire Hawaiian island. The reported purchase price was around $300 million, although some contemporary reports gave higher estimates. So we'll use the commonly reported figure as an approximate number rather than pretending there's a perfectly precise price. Lanai is roughly 141 square miles. And Ellison didn't just buy a vacation house there. He acquired control of almost the entire island. Think about what that means. You aren't buying a mansion. You're buying land containing communities, roads, businesses, resorts, and huge areas of natural landscape. Of course, Ellison doesn't literally own every square inch. Some land in public areas remain outside his ownership, but owning roughly 98% of the island is still absolutely ridiculous. And this wasn't just about having somewhere to spend a weekend. Ellison has invested heavily in developing and changing parts of Lanai, including resorts and agricultural projects. So this purchase became much more than, I bought a vacation home. It became, I basically bought an island. And $300 million might sound insane until you meet our next billionaire, because he didn't buy land. He bought something that can blow up the mind. And now, we're going from buying an island to something even more ridiculous. Imagine telling an architect, I don't want a mansion, build me a skyscraper. That's basically what Mukesh Ambani did. In Mumbai, India, there's a building called Antilia. And it isn't a hotel, it isn't an office, it's a private home. But calling it a home almost feels wrong, because Antilia has 27 floors and around 400,000 square feet of living space. That's roughly the size of several enormous houses combined, except they're all inside one building. And the building rises about 173 meters into the Mumbai skyline. Now let's talk about what's inside. First, there's a garage capable of holding around 168 cars. Yes, you could literally have a different car for almost every day of several months. And then there are 3 helipads, so instead of driving to the airport, you can basically land at home. But we're not finished. Antilia also has multiple swimming pools, a health spa, a theater, a ballroom, and multiple high-speed elevators. And then there's probably the strangest feature of all, a snow room. A room inside a skyscraper in Mumbai, designed to create artificial snow. Imagine walking into your house and going from the Mumbai heat straight into a room covered in snow. And because this isn't a normal house, it apparently requires a huge team of people to keep everything operating. Guinness says the building can accommodate around 600 staff members. Now comes the crazy part. The exact amount spent building Antilia isn't completely certain. Guinness says earlier estimates were around $500 to $700 million, but the final cost is widely believed to have ended up close to $2 billion. That's $2 million for one private residence. And here's what makes that number crazy. If you spent $2 billion on $100,000 houses, you could theoretically buy 20,000 houses. Instead, one family lives inside one enormous vertical home. So we've now seen three completely different levels of billionaire spending. Bill Gates spent millions on a piece of history. Larry Ellison acquired roughly 98% of an entire Hawaiian island. And Mukesh Ambani built one of the world's most extraordinary private residences. So, which one would you choose? Bill Gates' $30 million piece of history? Larry Ellison's island? Or Mukesh Ambani's insane $2 billion home? Comment your choice down below. And if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to Data Theories because we've got a lot more insane money stories coming. I'll see you in the next video.